Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. The only man I know who behaves sensibly is my tailor. He takes my measurements anew each time he sees me. The rest go on with their old measurements and expect me to fit them. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. The people who get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, make them. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world, the unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. You see things, and you say, "Why? But I dream things that never were," and I say, "Why not?" We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it has taken place. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning to dance in the rain. The greatest of evils and the worst of crimes is poverty. The people who want to stay in their own little worlds will always argue against change. The only way to avoid being miserable is not to have enough leisure to wonder whether you are happy or not. Life is not a brief candle. It is a splendid torch that must be made to burn as brightly as possible before it is handed on to the next generation. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world. The moment we want to believe something, we suddenly see all the arguments for it and become blind to the arguments against it. A life spent in making mistakes is not only more honorable but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch which I have got a hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. Beware of false knowledge, it is more dangerous than ignorance. The worst sin towards our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them. That's the essence of inhumanity. We don't stop playing because we grow old because we stop playing. Success does not consist in never making mistakes, but in never making the same one a second time. The reasonable man adapts himself to the world, the unreasonable one persists in trying to adapt the world to himself. A life spent making mistakes is not only more honorable, but more useful than a life spent doing nothing. Life is a series of collisions with the future. It is not the sum of what we have been, but what we yearn to be. The possibilities are numerous once we decide to act and not react. There is no love sincerer than the love of food. Better keep yourself clean and bright. You are the window through which you must see the world.